Welcome to the fourth video in our gradebook series. We're going to focus on entering data. So we're going to be entering attendance and actual student grades into the gradebook. So we're going to go to our Texas gradebook. We'll put in our username and password and log in. It'll take you to the home screen. From the home screen, we're going to look at attendance first, just because it's so easy. So we're going to find the attendance tab at the top and we're going to click it. You have two choices, either post and view attendance or to print attendance rosters. And so we're going to post view attendance. By clicking on that, and we may have to wait depending on how the internet's running that day, sorry about that, it's going to take us to the specific date that we're on. Now realize, if you try to click attendance and it's before the first day of school, that's not going to work. So make sure that you go to the calendar and click a school day if you actually need to print a roster or something. It's going to default to the current day, so on normal days it'll be perfectly fine as to wherever it lands. Make sure that your semester is correct. I'm in semester 2, that's why mine defaulted to that. And also because of the time of the day, and I'm a secondary person, it defaulted to period 4 because that's the time of the day that I'm working. Yours will default appropriately. In your attendance screen, you're going to see a list of your students. They can be reordered however you would like them to be ordered. Right now they're going to be ordered last name, alpha order, and by clicking on this tab right here kind of beside the word last name, you can actually reorder them from in reverse order. Notice that by default they're all marked present. You still have to submit your attendance, but they are by default marked present. If they're absent, of course, just mark them absent. And tardy, you can mark them tardy, but you need to look at your own campus guidelines for tardies. In other words, how does your campus handle tardies? Even if you mark it here, is that for your purposes, or does someone in your campus actually look at it? So find out what your campus does by marking tardy. But basically marking absent is what's really important to the school district. If one of your students is off campus for a specific reason, maybe the parent called in advance, they're on a school field trip, or even at AEP, which hopefully that's not true of your students, you will see that already marked in here for you. So you'll just mark them absent or keep them all present, put in your 4-digit PIN and click post. You'll get a second message that says, do you really want to post your attendance? And click yes or whatever the affirmative answer is, and then you finished posting. So posting your attendance actually takes 2 clicks. Putting in your PIN, click post, and then the second click. I also want to point out that right here in this window, you do have a hot link on each one of these student ID numbers. Why is that important? If you need student demographic data, it's available to you in the attendance screen. So by clicking the ID number, you have the demographic data for the student as well as their relatives, like whomever their parent or guardian is. On the side, it even tells you their schedule, so if you need to find them during the day, if they're secondary, it's easy to do. Their photo and their tax and star information will not be included because we do not put those in Texas as of now. If that changes, then just click on it and see if perhaps it's changed in the future. And we're going to close this window. So attendance was very easy. We just went to attendance, post attendance, marked either someone absent or left everyone present, put in our PIN and click post. Now let's look at how to enter grades. So we've already put in our categories and our assignments. We're actually going to enter the student numerical grades on the assignments. So we're going to go to the grades tab, assignment grades. We're going to choose the semester, the cycle, and the course selection drop down, and then click retrieve data. And if you remember when you set up your categories, you chose different colors for each category. Now you can see why that would be helpful. My daily grades in this grade book are going to be green, and my major grades are going to be purple. So it makes it very easy for me to see and distinguish and differentiate which grade that I'm entering, a daily grade versus a major grade. On the bottom of this screen, you'll see that it says assignments per page, either all or 5 or 10 or 20. This has to do with how many of these actual assignments I can see at one time using the scroll bar. If I can't see enough of the students, on the upper right I can click hide menu, and that will sort of make the screen a little bit longer so that maybe I can see more of my students. When I need to see the menu again, I need to put show menu. So I'm just trying to show you a few different things you can do to see more of your assignments at one time, because I have a feeling you're probably going to enter more than one grade at a time. So right now, the gradebook that we're looking at, of course, has a lot of assignments already in there, and the grades are already in there. If the grades were not in there, just the assignment, then each one of these cells, of course, would be blank. And you would click in the cell and enter the numerical grade that that child has received. You can hit the down key. You can also try the tab key, see what works depending on which browser you're using to move down to the next student. So try 3 things to move down, depending on your browser, either the down key, the tab key, or the enter key, and it should move you down. You've entered most of your grades in, and you'll notice that maybe a student did not complete an assignment and you don't know why. You have a couple of ways that you can distinguish that you either want that student not to that you want that student not to receive that grade or not. So notice that you have right here next to the numerical grade cell, you have the comments icon. So go ahead and click on the comments icon, and you have 3 choices: exclude, redo, or late. So exclude means that you know the student did not do that assignment, and for whatever reason they are not going to make it up, so you do not want it counted in their average. So if you click exclude, then it will not count as a 0. It will be left blank, and when you actually print out your gradebook, it'll say excluded. When you're looking at your gradebook online, it'll just be a blank cell. Redo means for your purposes or your parent portal purposes that you're allowing the student to redo the assignment or that it was late. You can also type your reasons in the comments box. Print comment means, do you want the parents to have access to that comment? If you click in there and you check it, then the parents will be able to see your comments in parent portal. If it's not checked, then they won't. You'll click OK to save your comment. Now, if I used any of those, redo or exclude, this will turn red. That's how I'll know that I've already incorporated it in. So this would be left blank, this would be red, which would mean that it's been excluded, and you'll know that it's not going to count as a 0. Now, when I've gotten to the bottom, I can go ahead and enter another column of grades if I want to, but I really think it's best practice if you go ahead and just save as you go. So moving to the bottom of my screen, I'm going to put in my pen and click Save Grades, and that'll save that column of grades. As you save, of course, it's going to update your cycle average, but if you're working on things and you want to see how the averages are changing, you can also click on Calculate Averages. Okay. To make things simple, at the top we were talking about different visibility options. You can look at specific categories, you can look at one specific assignment if that makes it easy for you, one for specific date, or even one specific student, if I can get that out today. Maybe you're calling students to your desk, you're letting them see their average. If you choose this specific student, then by privacy reasons, they will only be able to see their average and not others. I hope this short video has helped you to understand how to enter attendance and how to enter grades into your Texas gradebook. So this is a news flash that I had to add to the end of the entering attendance and grades video because I thought about it after the fact and I thought, you know what, this is a great time saver and I just wanted to make sure you saw it. So we're in the gradebook, and if you scroll all the way to the bottom underneath the columns, you have this thing called fill. This is a time saver because you could actually put in 100 down here and click fill. It would put 100 in every single one of the students' cells for that assignment. And then if you needed to alter, just a specific, maybe 2 or 3 kids that didn't make the 100, you could do that and then click save. So this will help you to speed up the process and enter grades quickly.